bit on the side. And what a twist. Yeah! It's all kicking off in there. Now, listen, tonight you voted Leslie as your star of the show, but this star of the show is not Leslie. The star of the show to me is Emma Willis! Dance. I'm like, hello. I've just kicked the table and everything.
I know, it's good.
You look nice.
Thanks. A bit pink, isn't it?
I like it. I like it.
I feel like a bubble gum.
Well, I want to eat you.
Yeah.
Put it that way.
Give us a lick.
It's like, what are you going to say that? Well, bit of drama tonight.
Hashtag awkward.
Hashtag today as well.
Oh, today.
Oh, my God. I come into work and everyone was like, uh-oh.
I mean, it's just like... Bloody hell.
What's on?
Yeah, bloody hell. I mean, cutting up someone's knickers.
I know.
That's like ex-girlfriend behaviour.
We'll put it this way.
Not that I've ever done that, but I'm just, you know, one would imagine.
Let's move on to tonight's show. They've been in there for a week now.
Yeah, 5 days.
What have you been making of it?
I think I still, 5 days in, quite like them all.
Makes
Do you know
a change.
what I mean? Like, and you know, I
all
thought
for different reasons.
the first couple, yeah, exactly. They all kind of bring something very different, and yes, there are some that are a little bit meaner than others, but everybody's different, aren't they? So personality traits come across in different ways. But you know, initially, I think we talked about. I thought it was going to be a really fun house.
So did I. I did.
And I think there are definitely elements of fun still happening, but obviously there are corkers of rows happening as well.
We ain't had rows like this in like the first couple of days for a long while.
Well, do you not remember the summer series?
Yes, I do. Well, listen, Leslie's been voted star of the show.
I know.
Why?
Do you know,
Why, Leslie?
Well, because
He's been great
he is
entertainment.
very entertaining. You know, he has. He's an actor. I'm not saying he's acting, but even his voice and everything, it's just kind of... He's just entertaining, isn't he? And everybody I spoke to, like the audience that were up there with us tonight, and Claire was on, Louis was on, and everybody was kind of like, it's got to be Leslie or Gary, because that's the most we've seen of anyone. And they're just very unique characters, and they bring a lot, and they are very funny. And, you know, Frenchie's a firecracker, isn't she? So I found it... I wasn't surprised that Leslie was voted the most entertaining. I thought it would either be him or Gary. Yeah. But I kind of get why he picked Frenchie and Gary, because they're the ones he's argued with. But at the same time, if it's meant to be the most entertaining, the least entertaining housemates that go on there, you wouldn't pick those two.
No, I agree. I think...
And also, what happened to chivalry? Why didn't one of those blokes, one of those big blokes go, do you know what, I'll go out there, it's absolutely fine.
This is the thing. We've just seen at the end of live show, we've got a little snippet of reality, what's going on live in the house, and Gary's sitting there going, I ain't going to sleep out there tonight.
And
it's
do
not
you know
happening.
what? I don't think he should.
It's just, at the end of the day, he's a 70-year-old man.
And I know it's a task. And I know it was Leslie's choice, but you would also think, Leslie's a 60-year-old man. He should probably think, I wouldn't want to go out there. No. Gary certainly isn't going to want to go out there. And I do think, I know it's not their place to, but you would think that one of the younger housemates would, and not necessarily just the blokes, but one of the girls could as well have gone, do you know what? It's fine. Just
yeah, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Well, listen, Leslie has been voted star of the show.
Yeah.
But obviously it's Celebrity Big Brother. All of them think they're the star of the show. How do you
Not anymore.
Well, this is what I'm saying. How are the other housemates going to cope, not being in control? Because is this a little bit of power trip, dare I say it, coming back to the...
Yeah, well, do you know what? I don't think they're surprised. Do you know what I mean? Although some of them, we did hear them say it's George, it's going to be George, because he has been quite amusing.
Yeah. Got his bum out.
But when you look at them all as a whole, on an entertainment factor and performance-wise, it would be Leslie, or, in my opinion, I think it is Leslie and Gary that are shining through if you're picking the most entertaining at this point.
We've seen most facets to them, haven't we?
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially Leslie.
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, I forgot your question. I'm just rambling.
That's all right. She loves life. You can ramble on here. That's how I get jobs. We got our first eviction on Wednesday.
I know.
Which is exciting. We normally have one already, where I'm like, where are they?
Well, the thing is, because normally we start on a Friday.
Exactly.
And this time we're starting on a Monday, so we can't kick them out straight away. We just kind of have to let them have a little bit of time in there. So, we've had extra days this series, which is nice.
This is quite exciting.
I am looking forward to it. It will be, you know, I think it's nice that I know it's called a twist, but it's a bit more of a task, isn't it? Really, what's happening at the minute, and it's not so nice kind of for Gary, I know, but you know, it will be, I would imagine, entertaining once other celebrities get on there. You know, if
I think it's going to be good.
Some of the more moany ones get on there.
I think it's going to be a good one.
Yeah, but I am looking forward to seeing normal nominations.
Me too.
Yes.
And I think we all are, aren't we?
Yeah.
I love you. Have a lovely weekend.
Thanks.
Give it up for Willis. Time now to catch up with the house and see how they're getting on now. Leslie's the star of the show. Don't miss this, bye.
Don't blame Leslie, because it's a game. We all have to nominate at some point.
Well, it was the wrong thing to do.
Well,
Look, well, even though it happened, I'm injured so much.
Yeah, but Big Brother, that's their responsibility.
Been dead twice.
I understand, but that's Big Brother's responsibility, not Leslie's.
How could I have made any other choice?
It's easy. You know that I've been dead twice.
Then why are you here? This is a game.
I know, but you're putting me in a place I can't manage to
Then you need to go. You really need to go.
I'm going to talk. Big Brother's going to talk to me about it, and they're going to sort it out concerning you and me, I guess. I don't know.
I've done nothing, Gary.
No, you can't blame Leslie.
You can't take this personally.
No, and you can't.
And also, that's a threat, Gary.
No, listen, time out, guys.
You can't take this personally.
No, time out.
You can't say to me.
Time out. I'm not taking it.
Can't wait to see tomorrow. Now listen, it's ladies' night on the panel tonight. Oh yeah? Oh yeah? What a waste. So let's get on with it and meet our guests. First up, you like that one, don't you? It's time for a big reunion with our favourite Geordie Lash. Lash? She likes the night out on the left. And we're more than just a little bit excited. Yeah, crazy gets it. To have her back on the panel. Give it up for the beautiful Michelle Heaton. I feel like I've been on the Lash. Next up tonight, she was the Irish ice queen. Who had the balls to take on Helen, but missed out at the final hurdle. I don't know if we've said... I don't know if we've said, actually, the series, but she's only 18. Just so you know. We've not said that. It's BB14's runner-up, Ashley! Is your mum all right? We love Mary. We love Mary on this show. Now, listen, her partner in crime might be up the hill tumbling away, but she's with me, and we are getting ready for some rumbling. It's my sister from another mister, Claire from Steps. And finally tonight is a woman who is always the belle of the ball and is never lost for words when it comes to the housemates. It's once again time to watch her glide down those stairs with the grace of an angel. It's the legend, Miss Lauren Harries. You like it yourself. Are you all right? Mind that step, Lowell.
I'll be fine.
You all right?
Yeah.
Who I think looks beautiful tonight, may I just say? I love it when Lauren's on the show. Right, let's get down to business and talk about tonight's twist. Leslie has been voted the star of the show. Ashley, just a week ago, you were up to the public vote. Do you think they've got it right or do you think they've got it wrong?
Tonight, I think it's wrong completely. When Leslie came on Monday, I thought he was great. And I was like, he's one of my winners. And then, like, not even 48 hours on, boom, just changed. And
Changed in your
I think
opinion?
he's so, yeah, I just think he's really acting really nasty.
What made it change your opinion? What changed that?
I think it was when he started speaking to Gary. It was whenever he was sitting around the little desk where him and Kelly were the agents, and he was telling a story, and Gary obviously couldn't hear properly and was like asking, oh, sorry, could you like not laugh? I'm struggling to understand you. And then like he just kind of went, oh, well, I'm talking to these guys anyway. Do you know what I mean? Just kind of excluded him straight away.
It's divided people, hasn't it? A lot of people are like, oh, you need to be more aware of Gary's hearing. Some people are like, well, no, Gary's rude. It's really dividing people at the moment. Michelle, Leslie, right choice?
I agree with you about
how my perception of Leslie has changed, definitely, but I think that they made the right choice tonight because he's mixed it up a bit, and I think he also chose the right two people.
Yeah.
I think I would probably do the same. I understand that it's a task and, you know, it's supposed to be the least entertaining, but when you're in there, it's dog eat dog, and you do nominate the people who you're not that friendly with. That's what would happen.
Well, Spidey nominated me and Claire for being the most boring. Excuse me!
Of course you are not, exactly.
I mean, Claire, yes, but me! Do me a favour.
Going in there, if it wasn't for me, you never would have won.
That's true. That's true. Childhood hero. Who would you have picked tonight, babe?
Well, purely for selfish reasons. What, to be the star?
Yeah.
Oh, probably Leslie, actually, because I think he is gonna make some really good decisions, and he is gonna cause some
drama. Drama is the diplomatic word there, Claire, you were looking for. I like it.
Find the right word.
Right, God help me, first time tonight. What about you lot? Right choice? Go on, don't get up, darling. You need to have a seat.
I think they chose the wrong person.
Why?
Yes, they did. They chose the wrong person to go into the...
Into the scrap heap?
In the scrap heap.
OK. So you think Leslie was the right choice?
Leslie the right person? Oh, to be the star.
Gracie, are you all right, darling? Are you well?
No,
do you want a drop of water?
I would have put Gary to choose someone to go into that.
So you would rather Gary be the star of the show?
Yeah.
Right, we got there in the end, didn't we? Ashley, when you were in there, you were chosen to have the power. Now, we saw in the early stages of Civilian series that was quite a hindrance, wasn't it? A lot of people were going. What was it like with the other housemates, knowing that you had that power?
God, I don't know. I think, obviously, with nobody else knowing in the house, and everybody was so convinced in the house that it was the public, like, I struggled with that because, like, you're just barefaced lying to everybody, and that's what I struggled with. But having them decisions, obviously, now that Leslie had tonight, is quite difficult whenever you're feeling like... I think it's different when you're doing normal nominations because you're only... doing a part of it, like whether that person goes up for nomination, it's different, but whenever it's solely your decision, it's a lot more pressure, and you do start to actually feel a bit of guilt whether you like... Well, I did, anyway, whether you like them or not. So
do we think, though, that, you know, we saw with Leslie tonight, it seemed like he struggled a bit, didn't he? He was like, oh, I don't know. That's what I'm going to ask! Gracie.
It's my turn, Gracie!
Thank you, Michelle.
Ryland's looking at me!
That's what I was going to ask. That's actually what I was going to ask. Do you think that's a bit of like a Dr. Evil plan, Michelle?
No, I mean, even the evilest of people will struggle with being barefaced and nominating people to do something like that. But he definitely has a Dr. Evil side to him. But I think that he was struggling with whether to nominate the least boring or the people who he least liked.
Yeah.
And that was his decision, and he went with that.
In all fairness, I think any housemate would always go for the person they least like.
Yeah, absolutely.
Big Brother can throw any scenario at it, but Lauren, that's what I want to ask you, because we know that celebs can have massive egos, especially this series, and be quite unbearable, some of them. How are they, the others, going to deal with not being the star of the show? Do you think they're going to take that to heart?
Depends how big their ego is.
Well, there's a fair few in there. Let's be fair.
Yeah, but honestly, I think they'll be lucky they're out of it, to be honest, and they can just watch it.
They can watch from afar.
They can watch from afar because they're not involved, and they can help. You know, they can help the people who are evicted.
How would you feel if you know that the public have voted for, let's be honest, their favourite celebrity? That's how you'd see it as a housemate if you were in there and it wasn't you. How would you feel about that?
Well, I wouldn't feel good.
Oh, Lauren. It's not happened, don't worry.
I know.
You're our star of the show, isn't she? Yeah. Yes, she is. Claire?
Well, I was evicted 4 times, so I know how it feels. And when you evict somebody like Leslie, or, you know, you put somebody up, he didn't really show it. He just wanted you to do it quickly. And I cried every time I nominated.
Can I just say, that I feel like I should be giving you £2 a month. That is so moving, what you've just said. That is beautiful, don't it? I think we should get Lauren on an advert or something, honestly. Claire, the better relatively... I love her. I've got to say it. I love Lauren Harries. I love her. Lauren Harries for Prime Minister. I've got to move on. Claire, we've had a relatively easy week in there. We've had a little task. It was quite fun. this has now got serious. How do you think they're going to cope?
I think it depends on what decisions that Leslie has to make, to be honest. I think if it could start to get really nasty.
Yeah. Again, like you said, that depends
really
on the decisions that need to be made, and
yeah.
they're going to be hard ones, put it that way. Well, listen, as the star of the show, Leslie has chosen to put Frenchie and Gary on the scrap heap. Ashley, are you surprised that it's them two? I don't think there's really major surprises, is there?
I knew as soon as Leslie was announced that it was Frenchie and Gary were going, they might as well have been out that door straight away. The whole trying to make the really hard decision, I think, was a bit of an act and trying to make the whole martyr. We knew, like, we all knew straight away it was Frenchie and Gary. And again, like Michelle obviously said, we knew. Or you would go for the person that you get on with least rather than the...
Depending on what the scenario is, you're going to go for that person. Claire, in your eyes as a viewer, has he made the right choices?
I think he made the right choice with Frenchie. Probably not Gary. Yeah.
I think people can understand his reasonings for Gary, but then when you look at it...
I totally get it, and I don't think he was... He only started struggling with the decision when he was getting a little bit of pressure from Gary, saying, I'm not going out there. And so I don't really think he was struggling with the decision at all. It was purely because he started getting a bit of pressure from other people, saying you can't really put Gary out there.
Lauren?
I'm just glad it's not Kelly and Gary. No,
it is Gary, darling.
Lauren, you know, I'm just glad it's not Dee and Kelly because they're friends, and you know Kelly's going through such a lot, and she's also on hormones at the moment. Yeah. Which I think is one of the reasons why she's very emotional.
Of course, I think
that does answer a lot of questions. And the transition she's going through, and to go on into such a big show, and to have the transition so early on. And Dee has been following me and been my friend for a long time. Never met her, mind. But I just want to. I real support.
I've got to say, I've met Dee. She is exactly how she's.
Yeah, I support Dee, and I support Kelly as well. I just think that, you know, when you see her and she's a little bit angry or whatever, she's on a lot of hormones, so that might be interfering on her logic
That is a very valid point to take in. Give them a round of applause. Right, that's like then lot thing and then not thing, but here's a chance for you lot at home to get involved with the show tonight. We've put a poll on our mobile app, and we want to know if the right two celebs are on the scrap heap. If you don't already have the app, why? Search for it in the Big Brother App Store. Results will be given at the end of the show. Coming up, I'll be making my first appearance in the phone room this series. Oh, yeah. Hello. Watch it, chat. Plus, Claire from Steps is going to be up in the reality... No, she's not. She's in the camera run. Don't go anywhere. Camera run. Missed you so much. Missed you. Welcome back to, Celebrity Big Brother's bit on the side. Now, in the world of BB, would be Leslie. Small, over the top, and always up for a scrap. Isn't it? Yeah? Yeah. You can talk in here. It's fine. Sure. I used to slap people. Well, listen, for the first time this series, I'm back in the phone room. It's amazing. So happy I'm saying this. Who's on line one? Jackie from Kent?
Hiya.
Hi, Jackie. Ryan. What's your chat?
Yeah, I mean, I am absolutely loving this series. Oh. Like many people on launch night, I did wonder who some of them were. But in just a few days, I've had to put my hands up and say I've learned a really valuable lesson, and that is not to prejudge people. Oh. I did watch Benefit Street, and I certainly had preconceived ideas about Dee. Yeah. And they weren't that good, to be honest. But I have to say I've learned a lesson. I'm absolutely loving her. She listens to people. She's the peacemaker. She comes across as kind, caring and funny, and she really doesn't even mind taking the mickey out of herself. So there's one lady here that's learned a very valuable lesson in life, and I thank Big Brother for that.
Well, Jackie, we thank you for your phone call. Lots of love, babe. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Jack. Line 2, I believe we've got Franco from Nottingham. Franco?
Hi, Ryan.
Hello, mate.
How are you, mate?
I'm well,
Great
thanks.
Great to speak to you again.
And you? What's your chat?
Ryan, I just find it... I feel a bit sad for Gary. He seems to be ostracized from the group. Like tonight, when he was nominated to go outside, there were sniggers of laughter, and you know when you get nominated on a Monday night, everyone gets up and hugs you. Oh yeah, you'll be fine. You'll be this. You'll be that. Nobody said anything to him. Nobody went to him. Nobody.
Right, let's play devil's advocate. Do you think that he potentially has brought any of this on himself with his attitude in the house?
No, not really, no. I don't think so at all, Rylan.
No?
He don't roll with anybody. Nobody rolls with him. He finds it... If you actually watch, nobody actually talks to him.
Franco, very quickly...
He has to strike up a conversation with people.
Franco, who would you have made star of the show?
When he did... Pardon? Say again, right?
Who would you have made star of the show?
Do you know what? I kicked myself because I voted Leslie on the app.
Well, that's all right.
When there was the reveal in the Tonight, I was thinking, please, don't let it be him.
Well, see, you cast these votes. People moan about certain outcomes throughout the summer, about who went, who won, who this, who that.
I know, but what... Can I just say, Rylan?
Yeah, go on, babe.
Can I just say, right... I've lost my trail of thought now. Yeah, when he does speak, he's really, he's spiritually tuned on, and I find him really fascinating as to what he says. I could listen to him for absolutely ages. And the guy's a legend. People like him.
He's a legend. I think that's what people have got to remember, Franco. I'm so sorry, but I've got to move on. Franco, thanks for your call.
Okay, then.
Take care, mate. All the best. Bye,
Cheers,
Franco.
Mate. Bye.
And finally, I think we've got Manny from Birmingham. Manny, you there?
Rylan, where?
Manny!
Rylan, oh my God, am I talking to you?
Yeah, well, yes,
Get out of here, man. Rylan!
You all right, man?
Brilliant. I love you, man. I love X Factor, man. What the hell?
Thank you, Manny. Manny, what's your chat?
Rylan, that's what I say. I love the show. I think it's absolutely amazing. I've been watching it for years and years and years.
Thank you, Manny.
You need to get me on there, man. Of course,
Manny, we'll sort it out. We will sort it right out. Are you all right?
I've just come from a party, innit? I've been having a few drinks with my cousins and that, innit? Having a right little blast. But now that I'm talking to you, it's just gone off.
Manny?
Yeah?
Do you know White D?
White D? I heard that she's on Benefit Street, yeah?
Do you know her?
I signed on as well.
Yeah? Sorted. Well, who are you supporting to win?
No, I'm only joking. I'm not really.
Man, who do you want to win?
She's amazing, but more importantly, I love the show. I think I really love Louis. Is that the little fella?
Leslie.
Isn't he freaking charming, eh?
Yeah.
I think he's brilliant, and I love thingy. What is the old fella? He's 70.
Good. Yes, it's all great, Manny. Manny, thank you for your call. Have a lovely Friday night. I think you are already.
Give me a kiss.
Bye.
I love you.
Yeah, away. Did you choose him? I was really looking forward to the phone ring returning. My earpiece didn't work. I didn't know what anyone said, but do you know what? I had a lovely time. I really, really did. Coming up, we'll be seeing what our panel and audience make of the rest of tonight's action, plus find out who cut up Leslie's boxer shorts in a massive argument this morning. I think you might know. But first, our housemates are a right load of jokers this series, and we've got the footage to prove it. Do you know what? I'm going to have a row with you. You're bang out of order. Bang out of order. I'll tell you now.
Here's a joke for you. What is Forrest Gump's password? 1, Forrest, 1.
So Manly and his buddy are in the pub, okay? They both get absolutely wasted. And one of the guy is bloody sick, vomits all over himself. Looks like stinks, looks terrible.
Here is a joke for you. That Black Beauty, he was a dark horse.
And he says, look, if I go home like this, right, my wife is gonna divorce me. I said, what do you mean she's gonna divorce? He said, I'm telling you now, if I go home like this, she's gonna divorce me. So his buddy, looking out for him, says, look, I've got an idea, right?
What's the definition of indefinitely? I don't know, I hear you say. Well, the definition of indefinitely is when your balls bang against her ass, you know you're in, definitely.
Here's a joke for you. Velcro, what's a rip-off?
Tell your wife, okay, that some guy vomited on you, okay? He vomited all over you. He was really apologetic, but he gave you £20. So here's £20. Put the £20 in your pocket, and you tell that story to your wife.
What do you call a man with a paper bag on his head? Russell?
He says, yeah, okay, that's a good idea. I'll give it a shot. Good idea. So he goes home, okay, walks in the door, wife is up. Wife looks at him aghast. What the hell? What happened? He said, no, wife, listen, it's okay, honey.
What did the one snowman say to the other snowman? Can you smell carrots?
It's okay. Look, a guy, he was sick all over me. Okay, he was sick all over me, but look, he gave me £20, okay, for me to go to the dry cleaners.
My friends say I'm condescending. That means I talk down to people.
Two ducks flying back from Belfast, and one says quack, and the other one says, I'm going as quack as I can.
So his wife grabs it. She goes, there's £40 here. You got two of them. He says, oh, well, honey, his mate shat in my pants. So he gave me 40 quid. You understand? His mate shat in his pants. Yeah.
Here's a joke for you. Where the bees go to the toilet at a BP station.
Two Christians are led into the arena in the Colosseum of ancient Rome. Then they released a lion into the Colosseum, and the lion walked up to the first Christian like, First Christian stood up, leaned over and whispered something to the lion, and the lion went, oh, damn it, and walked away. Second Christian runs up to the first Christian and says, what did you say to him? And the first Christian said, I said, after he eats me, he's going to have to give a speech.
Here's a joke for you. What do you think my favourite type of bee is? Boobies.
How did the dumb blonde drown? There was a scratch and sniff sticker at the bottom of the pool.
Okay, my favourite joke. There's two old people in an old folks' home. They decide to have sex one last time. And so with trembling hands, he begins to undo her blouse. She says, we gotta be careful. He says, what? She says, we gotta be careful. He says, what? She says, I have acute angina. He opened her blouse and said, well, good. Because them the ugliest damn titties I've ever seen in my life. Acute angina.
Leslie can get you a ticket to Hollywood, right? But we can get you a ticket to the Bots City of Dreams, where not only do you get a free Alco Pop, you also get to rub shoulders with the creme de la creme of Boreham Wood. And if you want to join that lot, you can. Details of how you can be are on the screen now. It's just like magic. Look at that. It's time now to catch up with ladies from the house.
I don't know. I guess a lot of people in there hate me.
No, you don't understand. Leslie choose who go here. Leslie send us here.
I know.
Okay, it has nothing to do with the
Stephanie
fun.
goes, that's why you get this because you're such an asshole out loud. And it's like, whoa.
But it's a game. Who cares? It's fun.
Well, I know that.
It's a game,
It's just,
babe.
it hurts feelings.
But no, you shouldn't feel hurt because I had an argument with him in the morning, so that makes sense.
With who?
I did argue with Leslie, so it does make sense.
Who?
Me and Leslie. We had the argument in the morning, so that makes sense. I'm here. And you had the argument with him yesterday, so that makes sense.
He had an argument with me, and he quickly
Yeah, you guys did have an
apologized.
argument.
Huh?
You did have an argument a couple of days ago.
Yeah, but he apologized.
But it makes more sense for the viewer is us here because we both argue with him. Do you understand?
No, I wasn't arguing.
Well, listen, it's time to hear what our panel and audience think of the rest of tonight's show. Claire was actually supposed to be in the camera run, but they would be Bewitched fans, not Steps. No. Just saying.
What the
Leslie.
camera run was?
Yeah.
Camera run was a Bewitched fan.
No, the security at the camera. Don't try and double bluff me on my own show, Claire.
I know what you're up to anyway.
Get back
you're
to
just trying to
Daybreak
get rid of me.
Good Morning Britain, whatever you're doing with your competitions. Leslie and Gary had a bit of a barney tonight, didn't they? Why do you think things got blown a bit out of proportion, Ash?
Leslie seems a bit impatient. I think he seems to be struggling to understand that Gary is actually partially deaf, and Gary does have problems actually understanding people whenever they're talking and hearing what exactly they're saying. And then Leslie just seems to be losing his temper. Then every time, Gary would ask him to repeat himself, and then that seems to be where all the arguments are coming from.
It does seem to be coming from that, doesn't it? It really does. Michelle, how would you have dealt with Gary's constructive criticism?
I mean, he was just being pernickety, really. Some people are like that. I wouldn't have took it as an insult. I would have just went, all right, cool, you're probably right, and just bowed down.
But you know what it's like in that house.
I think Leslie overreacted. I think they're all overreacting with Gary. It feels like they're all ganging up on him. He's an elderly gentleman. He's had a couple of brain problems, I believe. I'm not quite sure. I think he's had a couple of surgeries.
He's been a lot. He's been through a lot in his life.
His hearing's not 100%, and none of this seems to get it. And it's really disappointing that Leslie doesn't get it, considering that he is of age as well. And I'm really disappointed in Leslie.
Do you think it's an ego thing? Is it an ego thing?
I completely relate to what you said, and I think Leslie is a bit of a diva, and I think he had it in for Gary at stage 1.
Yeah.
But basically, Gary...
Jealous.
Well, Gary is such a big star, but he does hide a lot of he can be a bit nasty sometimes, and he hides through his spirituality. And I think if you're spiritual, which I believe I am, you can't be negative and you can't be nasty.
Yeah.
And he does have that side to him, and I just think
it's a little bit contradictive sometimes.
Yes. And if I think he could be unbearable if you're trying to sleep and he's sitting next to you. That would be your worst nightmare.
Well, potentially, I don't know.
Well,
Lauren,
maybe.
we have got to ask you, what does CGI stand for?
What is CGI? What are you talking about?
What they had the row about, CGI?
Yeah.
Claire.
No one. What is CGI, Ryland?
I don't think anyone really knows. Computer-generated images, graphics.
Computer-generated image.
That's what started the row. It don't really matter.
So, computer-generated image. Then, why were they arguing about such a silly?
No one knows. No one knows, Lowell. No one knows. Claire, they have made up now, thank God. But do you think there could be?
He only made up with him because he should never have made up with him, because if he really felt that way about Gary and he was in the diary room slagging him off, and then he goes and apologises, where is he at? Does he like Gary? Does he not like Gary?
Do you know what? Lauren? Do you know what I think they both need a bit of?
Me.
The cake. Yeah! We got to
Who wants the cake, darling?
Who wants the cake? Claire, they have had fireworks between them. They've made up now. Are we going to see fireworks again from them, especially after tonight?
Yes. Absolutely. I don't think those two characters are going to do anything but clash.
Yeah.
I think that, and all of them really, they're all quite vocal, and there's only a couple that are going to be quiet and sit back and not get involved in any conflict.
Well, it's not the only row we've had in tonight's show, is it? Frenchie and Kelly also shared some words tonight. Ash, they say they're going to stay away from each other, or try to stay away from each other. That's hard to do in a confined space, isn't it?
Yeah, that's not going to happen. Like, you've seen through, like, even the series are just over, like, people are telling each other all the time, right, that's it, we're done, I'm not speaking to you, stay away from me, I'll be in one room, you be in another. You're like, right, there only is like 3 rooms, do you know what I mean? And then, like, how's that going to work? So that's just anger.
Do you think they can make up like you and Helen did?
Yeah, I think, like, if me and Helen can make up, then anybody can make up.
I think that's a true statement.
So, yeah, I think once things settle down, they will probably come to terms again.
Shell, what did you make of Frenchie's reaction tonight?
Oh, goodness, Frenchie. I think that she... I don't think it was that bad. Oh, God. She's a bit of a drama queen. She's overreactive. She's very dramatic, as she is with as a couple of the others are.
I think it might be a clash of culture.
But she's not a bad person.
As well.
I think that half the problem was because of the food budgeting, and she clicked that Big Brother may have lied to her and told her she was going to get certain foods, maybe. And then it was oh, my God, they lied. And I'm not going to get, like, my Parma ham.
Can I just quickly say, looking at Frenchie's picture, Heidi in a couple of years? Doesn't she look like Heidi in like 20 years' time? She really does. That's not an insult. They look so similar. I can't believe it. I thought she was going back in. I thought, where was my invite? Do you know what? One person, though, that did diffuse that situation, we said earlier, was Dee, between them. And she's also been there for the other housemates this week. Claire, what are you making of Dee so far?
I think she's going to be quite a good, stable grounding for everybody in there. She seems quite level-headed. She's not going to take any nonsense from anybody, but she seems to want to try and keep the peace a little bit as well.
The thing is, she's taken on a bit of a mother role, hasn't she?
But she also didn't mind telling Frenchie exactly what, you know, maybe you went a bit too far with that and you should have just walked away.
This is the problem, though. Let's go back to your series, Ash. Pauline. She took on the mother role at the beginning. Everyone was like, Jazzy P, what a legend. and then, boom, it went downhill for her. Is it going to happen?
No, I can't see that happening. I love Dee. Like, I really love Dee.
Yeah.
I can't see... but at this stage, Pauline already had the two people that she wasn't a fan of. Do you know what I mean? Like, which was Jali and Christopher. Dee seems to be trying to keep the peace with everybody, and she we even seen it like there during the week as well when she was talking to Kelly, like trying to reassure Kelly whenever like talking about her transition and stuff. I think Dee's great, and I think she's going to go really far.
I was going to say.
Go on, Lyle.
Yeah, I think it's really good how the housemates have dealt with Kelly.
Yeah.
As well, with her transition. And there hasn't been any prejudice, and there hasn't been any underlying, prejudice without saying anything.
Yeah.
And I think that Dee has been wonderful to Kelly, and I think that if anything does happen, Dee will be there for her. But what really got me was when Claire said to Kelly, oh, well, obviously, it must be very difficult to change your name. Hello? I changed my name, I changed my gender,
Babe, I didn't change my gender, but I changed my name.
But you know...
I did.
But Claire shouldn't have said that. It just shows you how... sometimes people are so unaware. And
and Claire obviously didn't mean that
She
in
really
malice.
disappointed me, because I love Kim in Emmerdale.
I
see her in this and I think she's
I think
not
it was
Kim.
just an innocent comment, though. I think it was just not thinking straight.
Yeah, well,
but
she should think more then.
She should. Maybe she should. Claire?
Yes?
One thing that's going to kick it off this week as well, they're on basic rations.
Ooh.
We know. What's it like?
Well, I was trying to think about this. Did we ever lose
Dictator
a shopping
task?
Yeah, but that wasn't basic rations. They just took everything.
Yeah. Well, exactly.
Everything. And gave us dog food, pretty much.
Yeah,
didn't they?
it was.
And we refused to eat
as I called it, shit-flavoured jelly. Give them a round of applause. Nice bit of chat. Still to come, find out why Leslie is getting very croissant. Zut alors, à bientôt. Welcome back to Celebrity Big Brother's bit on the side. Now, for the French viewers who are watching tonight, j'espère que vous aimez le spectacle. Oui, ces scènes sont vraiment médaines. Je voudrais dire que Frenchy est une réputation fantastique pour votre pays, mais si vous avez un naturel nouveau, vous voudrez peut-être regarder de l'autre côté pendant le secteur suivant. Au revoir, voici l'actualité. I want to watch them subtitles back. I don't know what I just said. At 8:16 this morning, the housemates were waking up for a brand new day.
You fucking losers. Listen, the losers, take your little shit bag. I was talking to, Thingy-Majig walking out the door.
No, what I mean is I was not trying to do that. It's like, don't ask me not to be like... I can show you what love is if you want.
Oh! Okay, head high.
Okay. Just saying. So far, I was chill, so don't piss me off because I can stop when I do. Especially over stupid shit like that. That's ridiculous. Come on, guys.
Can you not take them in there, in the bathroom?
I'm taking a bath.
Oh, can you not take them outside?
Yeah, well, I'm trying to get my beauty product in order to take a bath. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Why don't you take it outside? That's what he says.
Because I have 5 pencil stuff. I have so much stuff I cannot move it out. It's raining outside.
Yeah, but there's 12 people.
Okay, but I don't care right now. I was just trying like...
Get the fuck out of here.
I'm not. I am not getting the fuck like that. You want me to be out and wake you up for real? I will.
Get the fuck out of here, Frenchie. You're out of line.
Do not tell me what to do, babe. That's
one of you and 12 of us.
What a way to start the day, isn't it? It's lovely. But things didn't quite end now.
What is that?
They're my $100 Josh A. Banks underwear that she took scissors to.
You did that?
Oh, yeah.
That's what...
Well, she's fun.
See? This... Well, no, listen.
You're on duty,
No, what you got to realise is, right?
What you got to realise?
I'm not, because I know she's probably the mole that's coming to cause the chaos that she's causing. You know what I mean?
My
It's
boyfriend
like,
bought me
yeah,
this.
but that's funny. She does that to my
Now, if I retaliate,
I'm
if
not
I
saying
go
it's
get
funny,
some of her
but
stuff and throw it in the
what they
pool,
want.
She's just cut up these $100 pens.
if I throw all her stuff in the pool...
Because you're as low as her, so you're not
Leslie.
doing that.
What else has been ripped up?
Go look, she's after us.
Got a pair of scissors.
She's cutting shit.
That's stupid. She cuts any of my stuff up. I fucking...
If she cuts any of my clothes, she's gone.
Yeah.
I mean, literally. There we go.
No.
Frenchie.
And listen, these aren't rips, these are cuts. She's got something she's cutting with.
Me?
No! Do you know something?
Because I know to protect myself.
My boyfriend.
I don't want to hear about your fucking sugar baby. Thank you. Sugar daddy? Haha. I can make my own money. I don't need somebody to take care of me.
Tit
I
for
can
a
love
tat.
them.
You're moving quick.
Tit for a tat.
Well, now, we must point out that Big Brother has warned both housemates about their behaviour today. At 12:34 this afternoon, Leslie went to confide in Big Brother.
My behavior has been atrocious the last 2 or 3 days. If you really know me, you know, this is not me, and I worry the way it's edited and the way... I came in here to introduce myself to the UK. Yeah. I haven't pitched a fit in years. And I've pitched 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, what we call in the South, hissy fits. Full-on hissy fits. If my mother sees this, she will find a way to get on UK television and say, Leslie Allen was not raised like this. He's a good boy, and he was taught please and thank you and yes, ma'am, and respect for others. And we turn the other cheek. But when someone slices up your underpants that your fiancé got you,
Well, if you are watching this, Leslie's mum, you better get yourself over here, because your boy's cracking up, girl. And that's today's news. It's time now to head over to Claire, who's got all the latest gossip. Claire, we just told them you were Kiwi from Bewitched, so just keep it on the down low.
You're so horrible to me.
And that's why you love me. What's going down?
Don't. Well, Big Brother has announced he's throwing the rest of the housemates' party tonight, and they're not allowed to cross the line to talk to the scrap heap housemates, otherwise they're in trouble.
Go on.
James said that he would swap places with Gary, and George said he thought that was really noble. No, he didn't offer to swap places either.
Yeah.
But he said he thought it was really noble. And poor Gary said he's really upset with the choice and it hurts his heart as much as his body.
Oh, gal. Claire.
Yes.
I love you, and I hope you had a lovely birthday last weekend.
Thank you.
Give it up for Claire from Steps. Love you. Well, listen, time to get my digital fix now. With Ian number 2, you dirty pirate. How are you? It's nice to see you this series. We love Ian.
Love it.
What's going down?
Well, we've got the results for our poll. Okay,
Yes.
Did the right person go on the scrap heap? Did the right people go on it?
Well, actually, let's bring on a very special guest. Lauren.
Why not?
Give her a round of applause, please. So, Lauren, do the public think the right people are on the scrap heap?
No.
No. No, they don't. No. Says no. Thanks, Lauren. You can stay here with me,
Yeah, I'll
actually.
stay here with you,
stay here, darling.
darling.
You get comfy. Tweets.
The people have spoken.
people have.
Actually, there's lots of sympathy for Gary in this scenario. Poor Gary was trending after he was selected.
Gary.
Yeah, exactly.
Go on.
So we've got some tweets on all of the twist here. We've got Luke Elkins. He says, love or hate him, Leslie is TV gold. He has to stay to the end. Matt Johnson.
Matt Johnson. We love Matt Johnson.
Frenchie and Gary in the celeb scrap heap. Telly gold. Definitely.
Telly
what
gold.
do you think?
Lauren,
Yeah?
what do you think? Do you think Leslie's Telly gold?
He's interesting, but he would be bloody annoying in the house, wouldn't he? God.
Do you reckon?
I couldn't live with him. I'd have to tell him what's what.
Could you live with Frenchie?
I'd have to tell Frenchie what's what as well. If she's a bit of a slapper, then I'd have to just tell her what...
Not my words, the words of Lauren Harris. What else, babe?
Mario Mugen. No, no, no way.
Mario was a housemate.
Yeah?
Yeah, go on.
No, no, no way. I don't want either Frenchie or Gary to be up for eviction. Why is it always the housemates I like up first?
Do you know what it is? It's the curse. You always
It's
have
the
the
curse.
big characters.
Yeah, exactly.
Go on, we've got time for one more.
Lee Karim says they're also firmly planted up Leslie's arse in there already. Pauline all over again.
Pauline all over again. The curse of Pauline. Well, listen, I'm sorry, but we are out of time. A massive thank you to all of my guests and our fantastic audience tonight. You good, Anne? Very good, Anne. I'll be back here tomorrow where I'm going to be joined by Ian and Louisa to fit on the site where we'll be talking first impressions, house dynamics and twist. Lauren, should we go for a drink?
Yeah.
Come then. See you tomorrow night. Night, night. Come then.